What's up, Brandon? I was trying to hack into this.
Is there ambulance going on? Yeah. Who is here first? Yeah, we have to complete that.
You got I can't remember. Select something in other page. You got 71. I hear it. Yeah, I see it. I can't remember. Yeah, 71 or 8. No, I don't. Let us the others. He just called us. But most of them got above 30. So probably even better than 35.
Good evening, Budesh. Shall we start? Yep. Yeah, 7:10. Shall we wait till a couple of minutes? Yeah. So till then they are coming. We have almost started. Last week with what was last week we did? That is this one, right? Communication we started. And one thing that I want to ask from all of you, that is, how many have done the third paper? Unit 3. Yes. Yeah. Only I see very few. Huh? Halfway. Yeah. Very paper. How was it?
It's over.
Yes.
Actually,
It is 67 out of? Okay, 67 out of means somewhere around the landing 70s. 83. Okay, what went wrong? So, what was the area? First lesson.
Yeah, I did that.
So that is why I repeatedly giving you the MCQ. Right? So till others, anyway, others who are here, till others are coming. So my whole objective is giving you those MCQs, throwing those MCQs, memorize. It is now high time to memorize. Okay, so therefore, do all these question papers. Huh? Yeah. Little bit. So little bit hard. But when things go wrong, you get answers there, right? So you can check it. So once you got the answer, still you can't understand what is the issue. Yeah. So the best thing is, right? On the other day, you discuss those questions with. Remember now we have, Chelo, come here. Come run. Come back 6. Come here.
It's only strong. Yeah, mine is good for writing, but that comes with.
Run. This is. Come here. Huh? Right? Okay, but then something before the class I talk to you. That is 10 more class days we have, right? Okay. So we have to utilize that. Okay. 50. Okay. But as theory, as a percentage, no, it is out of 80.
80.
It is out of 80. So that means you are somewhere landing 60s, right? 70s. That is out of 80, 56. Right? Somewhere 70s. Yeah? You know it. Yeah, exactly 70. Yeah. Yeah? 70? 71. So it seems to be like some set of questions equally has gone wrong. Huh? What do you mean by these ticking boxes?
Measurement control and
When are you getting this paper for you?
February.
February?
February 6 somewhere.
You're not getting that before, right? So, if I can see, then I can.
So Shravani got the first.
Okay.
Yes. She got 64 out of 80. Yes. No. Sorry. 76 out of 80. 76 out of 80.
70? That is almost there.
Well,
About 90.
that's a nice stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 70. Good. But now you have to catch what questions went wrong. Right? So this is okay, shall we start? We start. Okay. Then before starting, or shall I give this after? Yeah. Before or after? Now. Right, your papers? No need? Yeah. Your answers? Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Right?
Thank you. Very good. Yeah, this is open paper. No, that's just.
Okay. Shankar? Shankar, come here. Negative one. Negative one. Okay.
What have you done? I am. Oh God.
Sorry, not here, right? Pinaya.
The last day, the last day. 60.
Netoshi not here. Yancy here.
I can't remember.
Aaron?
Is it bad, sir?
Huh?
Yeah, it's bad. I'm thinking. No, you guys, it's simple. And I didn't know that it comes to activate my.
Right?
So show me what the virus to be.
Send me the piece. Very well done. Stop. Don't look at the bottom. Up there. So others, Soneshi, you can collect. Shavini, I didn't get your paper, so I don't know. I couldn't go through them. So others papers I went through. And remember, Bhute, as much as possible, I wrote your mistakes. Right? Go through that. Still, what I saw from your question papers, right? Still, the way you are answering is wrong. Right? Your answers are going around the bush. You understand my point? Right?
I feel like it's not ordered.
Not only ordered properly. Writing a lot of things, but not the key thing you are not writing. Right? So Cambridge examination, there's no much effort that you have to pay. Right? It is very straightforward. Right? If you look at this first question, right? So first thing is understand the question is very important. Right? So when I ask safety issues, some have written health issues. So come on. Right? The health issues been written. Right? Another one has written so when I'm asked the safety issues, those are sentences. Right? When I ask safety issues, the question being asked safety issues, right? You are not supposed to write sentences. Because the second question, it asks to elaborate you. Clear? So you have to go to the clearly you have to go to the point. If you are not writing the point, so definitely you are losing marks. Right? So, but basically what means this, there are two things happening. Right? They're coming, right? So there are two reasons, right? The two reasons are you have not gone through. Good evening, come. Good evening, right? You will have not gone through the theory with its keywords, right? Theory with its keywords, right? Keywords has to be there, right? Don't go on the surface, right? So I don't want to take much time. Uh, we'll we'll start the class and Dinuli, you didn't come for this paper that day? Huh? You escaped. Huh? You escaped. Can everyone see the screen? Sorry, wrong one. So last week I started with the 10th section, that is communication, right? Under this communication, so these are the areas we were discussing. Let's recap quickly, right? Users and constraints, security, ethics, right? So what are some common legal requirements for companies regarding email communication, right? You get email communication, right? If this question being asked, yeah, but you were not there.
No.
What I will do, I will share this first part, right? Because this is what I did last week. Okay, I will share this first part, but I will run. Okay. Now, why I make this as a question? So this is the way your O-level examination questions are coming, right? And something I have given here in both. Yes, Pute. No, you didn't come. None of your came. No. Yeah. Some. So we did this one. We did the test paper discussed. After that, we did this paper. Right? So if you look at this, right, you can see some words I made it bold. Right? Subject line, permissions, unsubscribe, opt out, identification, address harvesting. So when this question been asked, okay, when this question's been asked, why I gave this in bold, that is the exact answer that you have to write. You understand? So when you have been asked to explain advantages, disadvantages, when you go up to that level, only you start writing the whole sentence, right? Don't start writing the whole thing, right? What will happen is when you start writing the whole sentence, finally you end up with nothing. Okay? Get in touch with these keywords, right? So, what is considered unacceptable languages, right? Unacceptable languages. When you're studying, what you have to remember. So these are the keywords that you have to remember, right? You can highlight these words, right? I think last week I have given. Remembering things are easy. Remember these keywords because these things definitely you will know. If you can remember this keyword, you can construct the sentence. Right? Don't go the other way around. Right? So the amount of things that you have to remember is very limited. Have that. So this is the art of writing this theory paper. But so when you are studying, don't try to keep whole sentence, remember. No, understand. Right? So what is considered unacceptable language? So that is the keyword here in this question. Then unacceptable language, that is, right, obscene contents, abuse, harassment, hate speech. That's enough you can construct on top of that. Clear? So why should companies publish email guidelines for employees, right? That is compliance, professionalism, confidentiality, security, and monitoring, right? So when it comes to an organization, right? There are a set of conditions. It is not like the way that we are writing an email to my friend or kind of person. No, right? We have a set of rules that we have to follow. What these rules? That is not we. That is given by an organization, right? Why that organization is given? That is the organization's presence in the market, right? So we cannot use, right? Then we go up. We cannot use abusive words, right? That communication we cannot have. Clear? I can't remember whether I told you last week, the week before last week when I'm discussing, right? In Sri Lankan context, right? We have not used to use the word please. You understand? But in European context, if you don't use this word, please, it is like an insult. You have to start with that, right? But when you come to an organizational environment, the word please is very important, right? That is communication, right? Adding to this, right? Adding to this, one more thing I will add. Have you heard about sandwich theory? Yes or no? Yeah, heard, right? Heard about sandwich theory? No? Yeah? Yeah? Anyone can? Yeah, I told last week. Let me remind what is sandwich theory in communication? Communication, not only email, every communication, right? Usually in an organization, so we have to use sandwich theory. What do you mean by the sandwich? How the sandwich looks like?
Is it center, message, something like that?
It is totally about the message that you want to send to the recipient or the other person, right? It tells how you should communicate or pass the message, right? Here we are talking about all these things. Communication. What is the whole objective of this communication? Didn't? What is the whole objective of the communication? Just theory. Huh? Convincing to do something. Right? Yes, good. Little more. Huh? Pass the message. Okay. Anything else? Let's make it fast. Time is important. Yeah, interact with me. Okay. Stephen, you have anything to add that? Communication? Everyone is doing communication. Right? Let me ask. How much of those communication will succeed? What do you mean by the succeeding? You must, without making much time for that. The time is so important. Let me make it down. The communication, I got two answers. One is convincing. The other one is passing the message. Right? Passing the message. Right now, what I'm doing? Communicating. Right? Communicating. Is it passing the message or convincing? Both. Right. Passing the message, convincing. Both. If I suppose to do this both, I am a failure. You understand? I am a failure. Passing the message. Passing the message is in that message, no recipient. I'm talking. I don't know whether you are listening. I don't know whether you are accepting. I don't know whether you are ඉතින් අංග කරන වට බයිනවත් දන්නේ නැහැ. නොක් කියනවාද කියලා. That is passing the message. You understand? Convincing. What do you mean convincing?
Trying to make us accept something.
That is trying to make you accept something. Convincing is something that little bit different forcing you to understand or get it done. You understand? Forcing, right? Teacher is teaching, but when the teacher takes the cane, what is that? දේවල් අතර ගත්ත ගමන් කන්වින්ස් වෙනවා. ඒ ගුටි කන්නවා. You understood? That is convincing. Right? So convincing can have different means, but what is communication is, the communication is, I should be able to, the thought, the exact thought that is in my mind, I should be able to create in the recipient mind. You understand? That is the successful thing. Exactly, right? Are you sure when you are telling something to someone, are you very sure the image, the thought, and the feeling, everything that is in your mind being created on the other person's mind? Wonderful heaven. No. That is communication, right? That is where you have to. Clear? So, in a computer system, that is happening. Clear? In a computer system, that is happening. So when I double click on an icon, that is communication. I communicate to the device, and what is happening? It is responding to me, and exact application is open. When I'm double clicking on a Word document, and if it is open in that Excel or something else, is that communication? There is a communication field. Something like that. So far clear? So when I get back to this, what is this sandwich theory? You have seen what is sandwich. The top piece of bread, bottom piece of bread. What is middle? Filling. That is the message. So what is this top? The top is you addressing your recipient, getting him in, bringing him into a situation, right? To make him, bringing him into a comfortable zone to digest this feeling. The feeling is the message. Say I have something harsh to tell you. The harsh is not good, right? No one is accepting. See, if I start saying here, will anyone like to hear that? No. The first layer I see, right? You're putting it very friendly and bringing him down. That is the first layer. First, උඩ තියෙන palm එක. Now you gradually, because the recipient is now in same page, comfortable, right? Now you are slowly feeding him, that is with the filling. Now he could digest. So I created my thought, the message in the receipt. And had to make sure he is taking it forward and taking necessary action. එතකොට ඒකේ අන්තිමට ලොකු පොල්ලක් කරන් ගිහලා මට ගැහුවොත් එහෙම I'm fail. ඒක නෙවෙන්න I am putting another palm paper. Slice up. So that is the slice of it that I appreciate all his things and making him again comfortable. So that is called sandwich theory, right? Okay. So this is, remember these keywords, then you can construct, right? When you are studying, remember these keywords. Right, up to this point we did. Am I clear? Right. How can email security be improved? Right. After this, what we are going to talk about is, we are so far talking about security, right? Okay. So you have set, Shanuga, you have a set? Oh, okay. Right. How can email security be improved? So here we are talking about the email security. That is the strong password, right? When we are talking about the email security, that is definitely the first thing that you have to write is that is strong password, right? So this is the keyword, strong password. Use combination of letters, numbers, and symbols. This is repeatedly everywhere we are talking. Clear? Yeah. Okay. Write down. Yep. Make it fast.
Can we go with survey when reading up study?
Repeat.
Go with survey like tired after study.
Okay.
The monkey will
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Huh? Right. That mean I have to change. The dress code I have to change. Yes, of course. I'm smart. So the next one is
You said that.
right regular updates. Regular updates. Change password on regular basis. Right? Regular updates. Those are very basic, very simple. Right? Get used to this writing pattern. Get used to this writing pattern. Right?
Give like marks for these short answers.
That is what they tell, not that they give. That is what they tell, right?
So what's the difference between regular updates and upgrades?
Okay. Regular updates and regular upgrades. Very good question. So the question what raised her is, what is the difference between the regular update and regular upgrades? Right? Regular updates, let me put it in, we all know about Windows. Right? We all know about Windows. So far, right now, we are using Windows 11. Got it? Before that, what we had? Windows?
Yeah.
Windows 10 we had. Okay? Windows 10. When we are having Windows 10, right? There are some bugs inside the Windows 10. For that, the patches are coming. Patches, right? Windows 10 haven't changed. It hasn't changed, but there are some patches. Regularly, they release patches, right? Those are called updates. You're completely changing the Windows 10 by its version to Windows 11. You're completely changing. That is called upgrading. You understand? In other words, you are in grade 10. You are having a qualifying examination. When you qualified, you have been upgraded, not update. When you make mistakes in that, teaching you how to correct those mistakes, that is updating. Is it clear now? Okay. For the exam also, this is how you have to read, right? So answering is easy, right? Relate it. Regular updates. So the next one is filtering. Use spam filters to block or redirect suspicious mails. Right? Filtering. Use spam filters to block, redirect suspicious mails. Statement is very clear. Really? Yes. Juliana, are you clear with that? Juliana, you are there? Monashi, can you hear me? Shavini, can you hear me? Okay. Monashi, are you there? Are you really there, Bude? No answer. Something like that happened to me when I was doing 4 or 5 years back. I was keep on doing. I'm asking some questions from one who was on the Zoom. Keep on asking, but he's not answering me. He's not answering. Then finally, I was a little bit inquisitive. I make a call to his mother. His mother, no, he is listening. He is inside the room. I told, no, he's not answering. He has just kept the volume up, jumped out from the window and playing cricket. So that is why I'm asking, keep the camera off. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. But anyway, I believe you are there, right? So the filtering, use spam filters to block or redirect suspicious emails, right? My question, next question on top of this is how you are going to recognize or understand whether this is a suspicious email? How? Hmm? How do you know that is unknown user? Yeah? Spam is not like that. Spam is that is pretending that the sender is well known to you. Right? How do you know the spam? It depends on the when you're receiving a spam, right? These are the questions that comes to you, right? Are you still writing? Yeah. Okay. The spam is when you receive a spam mail, so you can see number one is whether it is from a known source, that is whether it is from your friend or someone. But you have to make sure that that is really from your friend or someone, known person. How do you know? Usually, we don't look at the email address. Yes, not that. We look at the email address, but we don't carefully look at the email address. You understand? Right? So, say for example, email address, what the spam do, right? You can see if the email address is, say for example, let's make cicera@gmail.com. Cicera@gmail.com. So you are receiving a mail, so you know me. You definitely accept if there's something. But if you carefully look at it, is Cicera at not the Gmail.com, something. So that is a spam. That is how you have to recognize, number one. Number two is Cicera at Gmail. Yes, exactly correct. Again, you relook at it. But SISI, SIS, I is missing RA@gmail. You won't recognize. That is a spam, right? So remember this example, not that I'm just telling you, right? When it comes at the exam, you should recall these things, right? Your exam, remember the ICT is practical. Computer science is running deep, right? So ICT, whatever that is in the industry, in the environment, that is in your society, that is talking about. That is why I'm sharing this information. Clear? We are everyday experiencing these spams, right? Next one is active protection. Active protection, run antivirus and anti-spam software at all time, right? So only Yes, Pate?
Exam, they asked a question is asking what is NIC. You can survey or it allows.
Natural identity card.
No.
NIC?
Yeah.
What is NIC?
No, like they ask what does it do and also
Okay.
allow devices to connect to the network and MAC address that uniquely identifies. That one, those two, we got 2 marks. The full question was 4 marks. So everybody got only 2 marks.
NIC. Right? Network interface card. The network interface card is the device that is interfacing the net between the network and the computer system, right? And it comes with the MAC address. The MAC address is defined by the manufacturer. It is a hardware key that is permanently written on the MAC hardware device, right? And it is stored with the TCP/IP address. That is how when your computer is connected to the network understand uniquely your device. Okay. Those are in my that MCQ first. Okay. Right. So active protection. What are the three main areas? 3 main areas. How to remember? No. You can categorize into 3. Reduce it. Learn this. One is your logging, secure your logging. Number 2, be aware of what you're receiving. Number 3, keep your system up to date. Right? It is about your login. That is password, and make sure regularly you are updated. Number 2, right? Be aware of what you are receiving. That is filtering. Right? Number 3, right? Keep your system protected. You use antivirus. So this is how we have to remember answers for this. Right? මතක තියාගන්න අමාරුයි. Right? Have that method. Right? No matter the question being asked from any point, you can ask. Okay? So what is netics? Right? Netics. The netics in other word, within bracket it says internet ethics or etiquettes. Refers to respecting others. So netics, what is netics? Netics is refers internet ethics or that respect to others, right? Respect to others. Views and displaying common courtesy online. Common courtesy online. What are the key roles under this netics? Remember, this is a very common question in all levels. Keyword negative, definitely this is coming, right? To explain, right? Elaborate. Okay? Display common courtesy online, key rules. Right. Number 1, right? No shouting. What do you mean by this no shouting? Yeah? No shouting? No shouting. How are you going to shout on the email? Never write capital letters. That is called shouting. Yeah. Yeah? Shouting? Yeah. Uppercase. Yes. Right? Very annoying. Right? We tend to think, so if you don't, without understanding these rules, if you write, this is what your communication going to go wrong. Right? With good intention, you are writing that with using uppercase, for what purpose? To tell other person that this is very important. But on the other side, that person understands that you are shouting to him. So finally, communication failed. You're right. Right? He start writing that to you with a fire. Right? Fire. Right? Start firing. Right? So avoid using all capital letters. No shouting. Remember, all capital letters. Right? Never use all capital letters. Conciseness. These words are in your book. Come on. Very clearly given. See that tells how it has. You'll have gone through that, right? Conciseness. What do you mean by the conciseness? Right? Be clear and succinct. Do not waffle. Yes. Waffle. What is that? Concise. This is the problem of your answers in the question field. It is not concise. That is what I am saying. Going around the bush. It is not concise. Right? Reader. Right? Concise. Make it short and sweet. To the point. Concise. Done? Can I move next one? Yeah. Originality. Right. Originality. Acknowledge quotes to avoid plagiarism. Acknowledge quotes to avoid plagiarism. Right? If you are writing something, some quotes you are quoting, right? You acknowledge the originality. That is not mine. Right? You have to write the name of the author. Right? In the communication. Right? Avoid plagiarism. These are ethics on the internet. Other one is courtesy. Courtesy. You should have a courtesy. Still I am fast for there. Courtesy. Do not abuse, threaten others, or send spams. You should have a courtesy, right? Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
In the bad way, not in the good way.
Right. If I can ask the same question for this courtesy, right? Right. What are the key terms that you have to? What are the key terms that you have to consider, right? When you are writing a very courtesy message. Got my question? I'm repeating. What are the key things that you should avoid when you are writing a message with courtesy? Huh? The same answer. The same answer I put it in other. Right? So then your answer has to be right, not abusive, right? Not threatening, and do not send spam. Very simple. 3 points. 3 marks. Right? Relate the answers with the question. Okay? Humility. What is humility? Forgiving mistakes. Forgive mistakes and avoid, right, overusing emotions. Right? Forgive mistakes, avoid overusing emotions. Why you must? Everything connected, right? Yeah. Emoticons. Yeah. Overusing emoticons, that is, right? Now, we use emojis, right, when we are texting or something, right? Sometimes I can show you emoticons. So, ghost. I will show you. What are these? Yeah. Huh? So what is the difference between the CC and BCC? Yes, you know that is CC and BCC. But what is CC? Carbon copy. So
the recipients can see who the image is sent to, but in blind carbon copy, they can't see.
blind carbon copy, they don't see to whom,
It's been sent.
who are others in that mail, right? Blind carbon copy, they don't see who are other in that. In CC, the CC mainly means that not the recipient, it is like the audience. I will show you, right? That I have, right? CC means when you are writing the CC, it is not, don't write it as the recipient, right? Recipient is exactly the recipient intended to reply you. Understood? CC is, they are just observers, right? They are not necessary to reply to this message. But why we need CC? Understand that. That is the importance. Why we need CC? Now say for example, yeah, it is a proof, right? Something like that. You're correct. Say for example, now I am writing a mail, right? I am writing a mail to Himansi telling that Michelle told me this thing. If I write that statement straight away to Himansi, that is coming under ethics, not ethical. Because if I am writing something that Michelle told, that Michelle should know, then in that email, Michelle has to be in the CC because Michelle not necessary to respond. But what will happen is when you keep in the CC, that you also come to know that it is about you, the communication and go. And if that communication is wrong, that is the place that you come up with reply. That is why CC. Clear? Right. That is CC carbon copy. Use for interest parties. Write down. And all recipients can see each other's email address. BCC is blind carbon copy. Who? But I don't know. That is why I'm wondering what happened suddenly. Don't know whether they are going. Huh? PowerPoint. Addresses are invisible to everyone except the BCC recipient, right? Essential security measures for protecting privacy in group emails, right? Essentially, the security measures for protecting privacy in group email. That keeps the privacy, right? What do you mean by this privacy? Write down, I will explain. Yes, I think you have a question? No?
Yeah.
What?
Rules for interested parties.
Yes,
That's related to
that related to? Ah, okay. They might have heard. Right. Finish writing?
Yes.
Yeah. Really, you got fever? Huh? You feel well?
So today we will do the practical test on this thing for the practical exam.
Yes.
That is major.
Me too.
Really?
Yes, really.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what is the last statement? This last statement, essential security measures for protecting privacy in group emails, right? Can you understand what it tells? What is?
It's a security measure.
Yeah.
It's used to hide other recipients.
Okay. That is what I am calling going around the bush.
That's the answer now.
You took the same words from the question and construct the answer. That is true. You understand? I will read out this examination marking scheme. You are not supposed to pick any word from the question. Yes, you are losing marks. I will read it out. Right? You are not supposed. Right? That is what I am telling you, that you are going around the bush. Right? So, essential security measures, what you said is, it is a security measure. So, what is the difference between that? Same word you repeated. It is a security measure. No, you have to tell what is the security measure. Security measure for protecting privacy in group maps, right? Okay, now take this, pull out these two words, security measure, privacy. Take these two out and discuss how this can affect the privacy. Why it is BCC? When it is CC, that means it tells it is breaching security measures and the privacy. Got my point? When it is CC, that is breaching security measures and privacy. How? Say, for example, I won't take much time, right? I will explain. Say, for example, there is a forum, right? Not only you all, right? A big crowd, maybe a public crowd. I'm writing an email. I want to send a message to all. So there is a list of fields. One sitting inside the email can analyze and guess individuals. Right? That is how the spam starts coming. Then point into someone and start writing, generating mails. Got it? One question is similar to, right? majority of the girls that goes to a communication to make a reload gets more calls. Is my statement correct? Majority of girls that goes to communication to make a reload gets more calls. More calls.
They write the numbers in the book.
You know, the one behind you don't know, right? You will have to write your mobile number of the book. There are people who willingly come and pay and do the reload to get your mobile number. That is how happening. They get the mobile number because the next person is you. The person in the communication give the same book to write your number. So while you are writing your mobile number for reload, you write down the one before the number. You understand? Number 2 is Kage Stutsi. The lady is asking you, do you have privilege card? Can you please type your telephone number? Very passing tick 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 tick. Then you get nuisance calls. Hi, how are you? So this is how the security and the privacy breaches. Right? Right. Why should one be cautious with email attachments? I'm giving you practical examples today, not just them, right? Why should be one cautious with email attachments? That is, first thing is malware risk. So can contain executable files. Malware means executable files that infect your computer. The other one is, the phishing often use scams to steal sensitive data, which we know, right? The other one is size limits. The large files may exceed ISP limits. Who is this ISP? Internet Service Provider. The alternatives, right? Use zip compression or cloud-based file transfer link for efficiency. What is the cloud-based file transfer that you can use? You know. Yeah. Use Google Drive. Upload it, send the link. Okay. Right now. Internet service provider is the person giving you the limit or the size of the email, right? Say for example, the most common method is that we go for the Gmail. When you create a email address using the Gmail, right? In the free account, you get only 15 GB, right? So when the mail's queued in there, your space is reduced, right? Thank you. Yes?
My favorite.
None? Anything to clarify with this one? Clear?
Yes.
Okay? Onel? Okay? Stefan, are you okay with it? Yeah? Honest, you okay with it? Juliana? Shavini?
Yes, sir.
Right, great. So now come to the part 2, that is spam, right? That is called unsolicited emails. That is what are the main disadvantage of spams, right?
Annoying.
Annoying. Yeah. No, go ahead, finish it. Finish it. Huh? Right. That is wasted resources. Spam is, it is wasting your resources. Right? This is the given. Wasting resources consumes user time and valuable internet bandwidth. Right? How you are wasting resources? Resources are mainly your time and the internet bandwidth. Annoyance. Right? Irritate recipients and clog inboxes. Yeah? Jinaya.
No.
Huh? Yeah.
Please no.
Yeah, she's
This is fine.
one day you will realize, right? She's good, right? Being a spam. Yeah, not good.
What do you mean by bandwidth?
Bandwidth, right? Bandwidth means all the communications happening between geographical locations through internet. Okay? Internet, when we get an internet connection, there is a limit of data that can travel through this. Let me put it differently. Let's say there is a huge water tank. From that water tank, if you take a very tiny pipe, right? There is a huge water tank. You take a pipe like this. The amount of water, this is the bandwidth. Bandwidth is the amount of water that can flow through this, right, pipe per second. But if you take a bigger pipe, that gives you more bandwidth. When more bandwidth, that is fast, becomes speed. Got it? The bandwidth is the size of data that is flowing through, right? Usually 100 megabits per second, right? 128 megabits per second, something like that.
Like bandwidth.
Hmm?
Bandwidth is low.
Bandwidth is slow in. Usually we don't get a massive bandwidth. We get a very limited small bandwidth, right? So when spam supposed to generate, it is always communicating through my line. So that is disturbing my line. Got it? What is happening is rather than receiving, if it's supposed to generate and send it out, it is consuming my data. Right? Quota. It is wasted without using, right? Meaningful. Is it clear? security threats frequently carries viruses or phishing links. We are talking about the disadvantages of spam, that is security threat, that is frequently carries viruses or phishing links. Next one is the cost.
So when is class ending?
Repeat.
When is class ending?
When mean?
Fine.
Time. 10. Yeah. Yeah. So what basically the cost here means when it comes to mobile users, right? The data is cost, right? Sorry. Next one is what are the primary characteristics and effects of spam, right? Primary characteristics and effects of spam, right? The definition is any unsolicited email sent over the internet is regarded as spam. And any unsolicited email sent over the internet is regarded as spam. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to break.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, we'll have a break. Right? Not now. Next one is distribution. Right? These are the characteristics, right? Distribution. Often sent to multiple recipients simultaneously. Right? It throws out to multiple recipients simultaneously. Spams. The other one is dangerous. Dangerous means the content can contain viruses or be part of a right phishing scam. Can contain viruses or phishing scams. That is dangerous. The other one is spam bots. Links posted with video platform like YouTube that redirects users to other websites. Right? It's if you are receiving some videos. When you click that video, it automatically redirect to something that you don't expect. Right? Spam bots. Spam bots is robotics. Right? Done? Stefan, okay? Okay. The main disadvantages, that is, uses of people's time and generally annoys them. Can I move to the next page? Vimansi? Yeah? Generally? Yes or no? Thanks. Use of valuable bandwidth, clogs up users' inboxes. Here, just the same thing is repeating, right? The same thing I explained, right?
But it's different section, right?
Yeah, different question. Page 30? Yeah.
It's like machine, right?
Mobile spam smishing is that the spam is through SMS messages.
It says, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, text messages, spam messages.
Yes. Smishing. Every day in this world, some of the people losing lot of money because of this spam. In terms of millions. Millions. Because of these spams. Right? Last December, uh, I knew him, he is a businessman. He placed the order with a foreign organization. Unfortunately, that mail has been trapped and send a paid message saying that you transfer this money to this bank account without checking he transferred. It's a 3 million transfer. Went.
Rupees.
In rupees 3 million. That is in terms of dollars, big money. So that is why I have to be very, very careful. Recent past, we experienced, apparently we could save it, we noticed. Usually what is happening is this spams, it is not that just the mail is sent to you. No. Why they are sending this mail? To get the access to your system. Apparently, if you click one of the link, it create the link to your email. After that, the person who has sent that email, the spam, can monitor or can see what are the mails going up and down. That is what is happening, right? Done? Finish writing? Still writing? Yeah. Everyone, okay? Shall we break it for 15 minutes? That's a good news.
Yes.
Okay. Please get back, right? Because the time is so important. Okay. If possible, I am going to start the paper today. If I finish this, okay. Let's make it for 15 minutes. Thank you.
Yes.
I was banned to use consume this type of
No.
things. Yeah. Everyone 8:45 written back, okay? Clear?
So that we accidentally make the the
Okay.
antibiotics is activated. Keep the next.
This is how it is working, right? When you double click an exe file, it starts working, right? Meanwhile, if you have an antivirus, right? That means you have a virus guard. The virus guard whole purpose is to understand that it is a good file to use. If that is a harmful file, definitely it starts blocking. But remember, there are some instances where it is not going to work. That is, if your antivirus is not up to date. You understand? It is something like our human body. if my human body, if I'm not maintaining my immunity, and tomorrow there's a new virus comes in, definitely I'm getting infected. It is like COVID. My body system doesn't know how to react against that. Okay. So then we need to set up a method to react. That is called updates.
That's only make very interesting.
Mm.
It's so
Maybe?
psychological, bro.
Dreamweaver.txt. Yeah. No. Those are validated files. Because those files are coming with a kind of a signature, you see. That is mean it is registered with Windows and Windows knows its identity. Right? That is why when you are running some programs, say when you are installing, if that is not safe, that is what Windows pops up a message and saying, do you really want to install this? Not verified. When you are downloading games, you have to be very, very careful. Right? So that is the whole easiest way that viruses can download. Those are validated. That is what for when you are downloading, always go for the what do you call verified sources. Verified sources. Microsoft Store, Apple Store, right? Like Google. There are some stores where they give you a lot, but those are very unsecure. Right? And mostly the free. Free mean definitely you have been rewarded with so many viruses. Okay.
My hello started to sink into the web.
When
My
the
voice is clear as spam.
Does the internet slow down sometimes?
definitely. Why?
Shouting at people.
Good question.
The voice
When there is a spam,
went sharply.
will the internet go slow down?
Slow and
What is the possible reason? What is the behavior of the spam? It is spreading. Spreading means sending more and more emails out. So when the more and more emails going out, from where it's going out? Through the internet. So the internet connection getting crowded. It is like you are sending so much of vehicles onto the road. That creates a traffic. If you don't control that traffic, you are getting into trouble. Right? Exactly the spam.
So that the VHC, so that's the spread, it doesn't span. It can be blocked and the internet is blocked.
Yes, that's the same. Same as the road. Got it? Once you got connected, it is easy to write answers with it. No magic.
Like,
Yes, with it.
Enough for a normal thing.
When you send a WhatsApp message, sometimes if your device not connected to the internet, the message won't go. And underneath that message, you can see with the red icon, right? Try again. Try again means that is not sent. Huh?
time block when you're not saying. So when you're not saying, when there's no internet and you're trying to send, it takes time.
Yes. It takes time, mean it is not that taking time. It is checking whether the internet is connected.
If it's not, then
Definitely not going. It is something like you pulled out the wire. The fan is not working. Okay.
that's why, like, when you are the like website, like YouTube and everything, they just hold until your internet restarts.
Yeah. They have the option called offline. Right? Even Google, you can work with offline. Right? If you go for the Google Sheet, it works with offline. What it means is temporarily those data stored in your computer. As soon as you got the connectivity, it receives. Then it updates the cloud. What do you mean by cloud? A storage in another place. Right? It's a physical storage in another place. Right? It is updating there.
Imagine me saying the same thing with next year.
Yeah, but that-
That's why I'm like, is it your kind of just saying Excel file? It will, it can sometimes get confused, like, when you're saying in Excel file or CSS, it can get confused.
It can get confused.
Yeah, and even in the test.
No, usually what will happen is we should understand what is CSV file. CSV file means comma separated values. See,
SS.
you cannot save Excel file as a CSS. There's no such file that is compatible with Excel. What is Excel? What is compatible with Excel? That is what Excel can understand is CSV. SV. If you write it as CSS, cascade style sheets cannot be understood by Excel. What cascade style sheets are there is only for HTML. websites.
If I change the Excel data, like we have other working with girls, and save it in CSS, it won't.
No. CSS is without formatting. The data with comma, that's all.
So that
Excel file confused mean you will lose formatting. Data can be data that is kept in cells can be used. Only that. But no formatting. Everything will be lost.
The clouds above.
It is comma separated. Is it clear? Yeah. Yeah. That is the mistake you did for the practical. Instead of CSV, you saved it as CSS. So totally confused. Excel cannot understand.
I really
Understand. It's not a compatible.
because she's the most
Got it? Which one? Say for example, mistakenly you did CSS. How to correct? No need. The data is there. Only that file extension you have to go and correct. Dot CSS, change it to CSV. Then it starts working. That's all. You got it?
Yeah, but the data now, if you put it in CSV, and the data is locked, what will happen?
Then can't. You have to reconstruct. Reconstruct the Excel file or the CSV file. That is possible. Data can be lost. There are chances. Yes. Yeah. We start. No, almost it is 8:45, 8:45 past. Let's start. Make it fast, okay? That is your writing? Huh? Eh? What? Whatever writing and reading is well. 2 lakhs auto.
My
Huh?
friend dying.
Huh?
That's it, the story.
Her friends are being killed.
Oh,
They are, they can't remember Selena and her mom. They're getting killed.
yes. Yes.
He is watching videos of Jesus. For your family. No. Conscious. Okay, no.
Right, okay, let's start. Okay. So the next part is part 3, that is internet, intranets, and the extranets. Right? There are 3 words. Internet, intranet, and the extranet. Right? Internet, of course, we know what is internet. It is global. Remember, you have to use that word global. Right? That is, you make the connectivity, you're connecting your computer or the device with the global network. So what is this? Intranet. Repeat. It is kind of private network, correct? Right? Private network. Say, for example, in an organization, within that organization, the network that is inside the organization, that is inside, intranet. Okay? Let's go through with the internet. Right. So internet, a worldwide connection of interconnected networks and hardware. Supports various services like email and video chatting. Okay. All of us know what is this WWW. That is World Wrestling.
Yeah.
Worldwide. Okay. So what is this World Wide Web? Is a part of internet consisting of multiple web pages, consisting of multimedia web pages, users HTTP, S protocols and HTML documents. Access via URL and web browser. So many acronyms are there. Yeah. Generally, are you okay? Okay. Huh? Really? Great. Fast recovery. What you had? Great. Altonic. Write down, write down. So shall we read the time? Yeah. Sure. Okay, no? Finish writing? So what is HTTP? Then S?
System
No,
secure.
secured. Right? So HTTP hypertext transfer protocol, that is the protocol that used to communicate over the internet. Then when there is a HTTPS, right? There are two. One is HTTP, other one is HTTPS. S means end to end, it is secured, right? When you're surfing when you're using the web browser, at the top bar, what do you call that top bar? Chen? The top bar where you type the bar, that box. Huh? No. The place you type, say, for example, www.youtube.com. You type it there. At the top, you can see. What do you call that? Come on. This one. I am referring to this one. What I have highlighted is URL. Clear? What I'm asking is, what do you call this bar? Address bar, not the search bar. Identity. Address bar, right? Over here, you can see this is with HTTPS. When it is HTTPS mean the streaming is secured end to end, right? What is data that is receiving to me is secured between my computer and the YouTube servers. So that means there are very minimal, less chances of getting viruses, spams, and all the threats, right? That is encrypted. Five times. 5 ghosts. What is HTML? Hypertext markup language. Then URL. Uniform resource locator. So what is an interact? What is an intranet, and why do companies use them? Okay. Great. Yes.
Company staff can access information.
Yes.
They have to enter security code to access it.
Something logging. Fine. Yes. Correct. Good. Definition: a private network based on internet technology, restricted to an organization. It is a private network, right? Restricted to an organization. Very simple definition in short, right? Private network restricted to an organization. The security. Safer from external hacking and viruses due to firewalls. What is a firewall?
Security, it manually blocks traffic.
Very few answered that question in that paper properly. What is a firewall? Right? What is a firewall? Yes? Then we don't try. I just asked what is a firewall. Okay? So what is a firewall? It is a software or a device that sits between the computer and the external network. What it does? You set up rules there, what can go out and what can come in. It is a security guard. Controls. What are the controls? Easier to block harmful external links or specific websites. That is one thing is in intranet. So intranet does not have any connectivity, any connection to the outside. Okay. Therefore, none of the links, no external outside parties can get into the internal web or websites because it is fully locked. Only the employees that is inside the organization has the access to it. And how they can access it? They can access it through the organization computer devices. Usually that is not exposed to outside. That means you can't go home and access your internet. Usually, right? Performance offers better bandwidth with fewer connection limits because it is internal. What is the relevance? Aiden? Yes? What is the relevance? So they provide information specific to needs of the employee. It is specifically for the employees. Okay? Telugu? Telugu?
I think you turned it off. The people wants to die.
Yeah. Okay. Right, okay. The relevance is it is only for the employees inside the organization, right? So what is an extranet? Extended version of the? It is an extension.
But I said half of the.
Intranet that is extended outside the organization, right? Outside the organization, extension that is extranet, right? Going outside the organization, but still it's part of the organization.
So can it be multiple organizations working together?
No, right? It is something like this. Write down, I will explain. Make it fast, write down.
Okay, next question of this. Only one more. Handwriting.
Probably handwriting.
You all right? Go, Bala. Huh?
Yes, similar to
Finish everything? Protection ने करी ना. हो गया protection ने करना तो है ना. Right? विभाग के पास protection करो है ना होते. हो गया. हैं? या अनिवार्य. पानी नहीं ना उड़ी. Every night I have many watching.
This smells so bad.
You know?
I don't like that.
That is because you don't know the value of it. Isn't that? Of course, we don't realize our value. That is all. Who realize values?
People.
Your parents. Right, okay. So the protection commercially sensitive information remains passed through it. What is this extranet means? Say I have a in my organization, I have a, let me put it like this, right? I have a website. All this website contains what is inside this organization. And I need to ask my suppliers, rather than they are calling me, I'm asking them to send their quotation direct to my intranet. Got it? So I am opening another portal so that they can post their things. Say for example, now I am selling, let's take this example. Say I am selling bicycles. Within my organization, I have an intranet. What is the whole purpose of this intranet? Is internal workers, they can see what are the models that I sell, the prices, the brochures, all this stuff. But when a customer comes and buys it, when there is a breakdown happen, I am telling him, okay, you can log into my portal and you can report your problem, so we will attend immediately. That is, you are extending your intranet to external parties. But remember that you are extending that intranet to external party doesn't mean that anyone outside can access it. Only my customer. That is what called intranet. Collaboration allows trading partners to have controlled access. That means I am giving my customer a username and password and telling him, once you buy a bicycle from me, you can get all the services through this. Here, this is your username and password, login. Similarly, right? For example, let's take online banking. What we get and what we have given is an extranet of the bank. From the banking point of view, they can see all inside views, and they have extended and given me an access with the controlled access, username and password. So then I can see my account details and I can manage my accounts. That is an extranet. That extranet belongs to that particular bank. It is not public. Clear? Is it clear now? Right. The blogs, wikis, and social networking. This was a past paper question. Right? Blogs, wikis, and social networking. Right? Contrast blog and wikis. What is a blog? What is wiki? Right? What is wiki? Who is wiki?
Like,
Huh? Yeah. The blog is personal internet journal usually written by a single author. Yes, Pratik. The personal internet,
okay.
it is a personal internet journal usually written by a single author. What is the difference? In a nutshell, what is the difference between the blog and a wiki? You will have used blogs, isn't it? No? Yes? Blog is, right? You can write your thoughts. You can open a blog, right?
Right?
Huh? Something like that. Yeah. The blog is, say, for example, if you are an artist or if you are interested about some topic, you start writing. What others can do?
Read it.
You cannot, others cannot amend it. They can read it, right? They can updates regularly in reverse chronological order. Publicly readable, but reader cannot change the content. These are the features. Publicly readable, but reader cannot change the content. Updates in reverse chronological order. It is a personal internet journal, right? It is publicly readable, right? But cannot change the content. Okay? Yes. Correct.
There are different images.
Opposite of it. What is this word? Reverse chronological order means? Yeah. Yes. Reverse. Updates are right added one after another. I am the one who is writing. So you scroll down and read. Oldest to latest. Yeah. Right. The wiki is a collaborative web application like Wikipedia, right? Collaboratively, anyone can write. So that is why Wikipedia is not a trusted source, right? The data not verified. Anyone can write anything. Okay. So allowing any user to create and edit pages, right? Involves multiple authors and track document history. Supports simple syntax for easy editing by many people.
Look, that's not a sentence. So can you take I mean, it takes time to look at the screen and look at the pin. Yeah.
Involves multiple authors and track document history. Supports simple syntax for easy editing by many people.
How do we do that?
Syntax. Okay. Now, right? I wrote something here. Okay. I wrote something here. What is that? Color. Is that correct? Spelling?
Yes, yes, no.
Yes and no. Good. Right? Yes and no. But usually you put the COLOUR. Syntax mean using correct spelling when we are writing English. Understood? So syntax in generally means, right? If you are writing something using a language, you use correct spelling and grammar. If you are writing a program in the computer system, that means you are using correct spelling of the words, action words that can be understood by the computer. That is what called syntax. Clear? So what are the features of moderated forms? Right. Moderated forms. What do you mean by moderated forms?
Forums, right?
Sorry, forum. Moderated forums. Say, for example, you want to post something on the Facebook group. Will it post straight away or what? When you go into a group, right? You are not the owner of the group, but you need to post something there. Will it straight away post whenever you post it? No. Someone has to review and authorize. That is moderating. Okay. All posts are checked by administrator before appearing. That is moderating. These are the features. The other one is content filtering. What happened? The last one of the feature is that topic management. So prevents discussions from wandering off topics. Discussions from the topic management. The topics has to be managed, right? It has to be relevance. It should have a relevance, right? So that is part of this moderating, right?
How many senior students? March 20.
I wrote English. Management.
Maharaj, can I move to the next? You will have highlighted these keywords. Make it highlight. Okay.
That's all right.
Few more.
Painting is.
Can I move to the next one? Yeah. What happened? Good. How many is the
I think this way.
Juliana, Shavini, okay? Can I move to the next page for that? Juliana, are you okay? Still writing?
Write the question.
So I believe everyone finished writing. Someone is? What do you mean by that? Someone is missing. How is the internet different from the moderated forms? Right? Right? Ownership. No one owns the internet. Internet doesn't have ownership. Right? It is essentially unpoliced. That is unmonitored. So they're not governed. Right? But it is a charity organization, non-profitable organization that is monitored the internet. The regulations Hmm? Which one? Forums, not the forms. Forums. Can we finish writing? Can we finish writing? Finish writing.
What do you think? What
Yeah.
you heard in the story?
What?
What do you think about what you heard in the story? Like, what do you think?
On and off I heard. What? Right? But I heard something rhyming. Right? I couldn't focus it because there was questions came in. Right? I like it. But need to like to read it.
In progress.
So the regulations mean unlike moderated forms where administrator checks every post, right? Administrator has to check every post. Administrator checks every post.
Just slow down.
The other one is safeguards. The internet relies on voluntary cooperations between users and the network operators. You have to safeguard.
Havini, hi. Wait, that was what? Havini, hi. Yes.
Shavini putting emoji. Oh yeah, she yes.
Hey.
Internal rules. While the internet as a whole is unmoderated, individual social forums or networking groups often have their own rules or protocols that members must follow to avoid being deleted. Right? Internet rules, it is not like internet. Internet is not moderated. No one is governing it. Right? Moderated forms, right? It is something like Facebook groups. When you post, there is a moderated group. He's the one who's validating whether to post it or not. Right? Then it has to be followed with the rules, set of rules. So those are the rules that we discuss at the early stage of this document, right? Ethics, the rules that you have to follow, right? It should not make any harm to the audience. Finish.
There are two more questions.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Next part is technical functionality, right? Technical functionality. What is the role of an internet service providers? These are technicals. You know who is the service provider, right? Like Dialog, Mobitel, they are the service provider who are providing the internet for us, right? The other people can connect to the global networks. What they do is they share the internet with us. That is access. Provides users with a connection to the internet for a fee. Highlight keywords, right? That is the one helps you. What do you mean by this infrastructure? It is described here. What do you mean by real infrastructure? Infrastructure means no matter it tells about all the equipment devices, connectivities, what has been set up, right? Now, if you take the internet connection at your home, right? You have an internet router. Who provided that internet router? Telecom. Is that belongs all to you or is that the property of telecom? That is what it was, right? So that is the device that has been given to you to build the connectivity between the telecom and your devices. From the telecom point, only that goes out to the global network. Okay. Account management. How the account is managed, that is, there is a login details, user ID and a password. Usually you are not experiencing this. That is because it is already set and saved. So therefore, when you are logging into the system, that is what you set with the SSID, your mobile devices connecting with the internet. Okay. Yes. Overloading. Overload.
We can change the RAM
Write down this so we can conclude the note. So what does a web browser do? There are three keywords, that is display, right? Translation and multimedia.
Okay, browser interprets into
Visual format, right? Translation is interprets HTML codes into visual format. That is what we learn through web authoring. Okay. Multimedia. No. Fortunately not. But really worried.
So did you take the
I had to follow that. Yeah.
Did you take the injection?
Yes, that is really worried about.
Did you do the injection? So how many parents are facing consequences?
I feel that
Make that.
we getting weak. So the multimedia, that is renders videos, images, and sounds from the website. Very simple, you can understand. Okay. So the communication is, I believe, overloaded now, right? So should be able to answer whatever the questions that comes from the this area. And remember, when you are running through this document, right? That is why I gave you keywords, right? Get the keywords into your brain. That is the most important part. Then you can expand it when you are writing answers. And get practice. Everyone listen to it, right? දැන් නම් ඉතින් එළියට දානවා පුතේ මම දැන් ගොඩක් වෙලා බලන්න හිටියා. Okay? Especially your mother is talking to me. ඔයා එවන එක තේරුමක් තියෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා මගෙන් අහනවා. Right? Remember this, right? They are really worried. So if you are coming here, you have to utilize maximum. Or else I can ask her to no point keep. Only 11 days, only 10 days, right? Everyone has to understand. Okay. Especially Pute, reward something for your parents for being taking you up to this step. You know, their life has been sacrificed. Once you've grown, they don't have more life to enjoy because it has to. So always remember that. Right? හැමතිස්සෙම තමුන්ගේ දෙමාපියන්ගෙන් දෙයක් දෙන්න. ඒගොල්ලෝ ගොඩාක් විශ්වාස කරලා තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ උදන්ට වෙන්නේ. And I'm not a magician. I can't make miracles. හරිනේ? එතකොට ඒක උපරිමයෙන් අරගන්න මට විභාග පාස් කරවන්න බෑ. පාස් වෙන හැටි කියලා දෙන්න. But one thing remember, after 28th March, right? right? I may be in the history for you all, right? But never forget your parents. Right? They are doing massive sanctification for you. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ආවොත් කෙනා මට දවල්ට කතා කරනවා. මොකද කරන්නේ? Right? They're so worried because 3 months. You relax it. Okay? It is not like that you all are doing a local syllabus so level, right? If you calculate by now, from the day one you went to the school, millions have been paid. You just imagine, can you repay? It is not that money that you have to repay. This is the time that you can repay. Okay? Do it. Right. Let's switch on to the practical, right? Yeah. Yeah, Pute? Not Dreamweaver. The first one, that is, we are starting with paper 2-1. Yeah, Pute? What? Doesn't working mean? But they don't tell me that now, eh? You have to make sure your stuff is working, right? Because I can't now waste time. You have to make sure your computers and everything up and running. The time is so important. Not like those days. Now we are in a relay that, right, you have to be prepared with take the button and run. Pen drive එකට files එක දාලා pen drive එක ගැන Okay, right? We'll start with May, June 2025. That is 2-1 paper. That is document production, database and presentation, right? There are 3. Right? Yes, with it. Yeah. That you didn't bring the laptop? No. Okay. Right. Remember one thing, right? Every minute is very valuable. So do it with me, but remember time and do it at home. Once you go home, you have to repeat it with the timing. Okay. Don't take it loosely. Understood? Now this is not the time to take loose. Clear? Everyone has files? Who doesn't have files? Why you didn't download? Couldn't. Don't do it for the exam, right? wants?
So today paper 21.
Yeah, 2-1.
Paper 21, right?
Paper 2-1. Juliana, you have files with you, right? Shavini, you have files with you, right? Copy. Got it? Hmm? Shall we? Okay. Made it okay? Right? No? So while the pen is coming around, right? Take the paper, look at the paper, right? The paper 2-1 is about document production, database, and presentation. So document production, basically, we are talking about Word, right? Paper 21. Paper 21, right? So in that paper 21, you should, these are the files used for this paper 21, right? There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 files. One thing remember very well, right? When you are doing this practical, even at the exam, right? Make sure your folder is being created and properly these files are being saved inside, right? Don't make it loose, right? And here you can find, there is a zip file which I have given here. Okay. That is the zip file, that is SF21. This is what you have to extract. So everyone knows how to extract this, right? You got it. So once it is extracted, you should get this folder, right? And there you will find another folder. Inside that these 9 files are there. Is it clear? Okay. Chavini, okay? Right. Let's get into the paper. Huh? You see, 2025-1, May, June. Michelle, okay? You started doing it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Right. So make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. That is, here you are talking about open evidence document, right? So we can start with that evidence document. Okay. Make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear, right? So I'm highlighting this. Save this document in your work area as evidence followed by your candidate number. For example, evidence and the candidate number, right? You will need your evidence document during the examination to place screenshots when required. Fine. So we can start. Let's go to the source files. Here you can find, this is the folder. Juliana, okay? Juliana?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Pen, right? What do you want? files, pen drive. Okay. So let's open this file, that is J2521 evidence.rtf. Okay. Ideally, right, you create your own folder inside this, right? You create a folder that is by your name and you put the candidate number, right? Is it clear? How you all did the last practical in the school? When you are doing the practical in the school, have you all did? How you created that? Straight away inside the source file, or you have been given a folder, specific folder? You made a new folder by your name and the candidate number. Correct? Right? Have like that also here. Okay? So I'm creating it by with my name. Okay. Right. Create your folder first, right? Everyone, okay. Right? Go ahead, right? So the evidence file has given, that is J2521 evidence. Let's open it. It is given in rich text file format. If I am too fast, please tell me, right? Right. What you ask, make sure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page. Question paper has not given a specific place. Usually, if that is so, then where should I place this? Give me quick answers. In the header. Is it left or right? Better to have it on right. Right? And make sure that you separate these three parts, name, center number, and candidate number. Either you put a dash between. Okay? So how can you edit the header? You can double click on the header. Okay? Since there are no other things, you double click on the header. Generally okay? Himansi? Generally okay? Right? Eden okay? Michelle, you are going on, right? You too? Juliana, you okay? Shavini?
Yes, sir.
Right. Who wants files? That it. So I go to the home tab and I click on the right side. So the cursor is on the right side. Candidate number. What they ask is name, center number, and the candidate number. So name, yeah. Right. Name, center number, LK 153. Am I right? Put a hyphen, center number 0608. So I put my one. Is it clear? Done? How should I close this header? Give me quick answers. How should I close this header? Yeah, you go to the header and footer. Click on the header and footer and you find close header and footer. Great. And scroll it down, you can see it should repeat on every page. So that's all given. Nothing is asked. Now what do I have to do? Michelle? What do I have to do?
Document, with that evidence and
Evidence and the candidate number. Right. So you go to the files, you go to save as. Now you have to choose the folder which you have created. Go inside your folder. Onel, are you okay? Over here, rename it with the name evidence. It is evidence and the candidate number. Evidence 0608. And make sure don't just save this file as it is, because this file is in rich text format. So you have to make sure to change it to Word document. Clear? And click on save. Click on save. We all are okay? We all are there, right? Done. Aiden okay? Onel? Tinay okay? Yolendi? Yeah? Juliana okay? Savia?
Yes.
Shavini? Now you save it. Okay. When you're saving, it is asking a message whether to change the file format. You click OK. So that is done. Just keep the file open, minimize. Always follow the rule that I am telling you. That is, if you can't highlight, at least use a pencil and underline. So you won't miss any single part of this practical paper. Clear? So you are going to edit a document about exams. The school uses a corporate house style. What do you mean by this corporate house style? Yes. What do you mean by corporate house style? Anyone? Quickly. Chen, what do you mean by corporate house style? Set of rows in the sense mean the font type, font sizes, font colors being set, what they should use for that organization, right? So style for its documents, paragraph styles must be created and applied as instructed, right? So paragraph styles must be created and applied. The first one is using a suitable software package, open the examinfo.rtf. This is the file we have been asked to use, right? Let's open it. So exam info, we can find it, okay? Double click on it. I have the file, right? But it says the page setup is set to A4, landscape orientation with 2.5 centimeters margins. Do not make any changes, right? How do you check? A4 landscape, 2.5 centimeters margin. Yes. You go to layout. First of all, you click on the size. There you check whether it is set for A4. It is selected for A4. Then you go for the orientation. It is set for landscape. Then you go for the margin, right? Don't click. Yeah. Bullet point. You went to up that point. I will come to that, right? That is, you go to, yeah. You go to the paragraph, right? Paragraph mean, first of all, you have to select the style. You have to go to the style and select the paragraph. For this indentation, right? So everyone can follow this, right? Okay. Placing the exam, you're here, right? Center line, header, right line, product, a line. No, which one? Okay, great. You are the questioner. Okay, everyone, go ahead so then I can help you, right? Where the bullets are indented 2.5 centimeters from the left margin. This is what, right? Is there a specific style given? Right. If that is not, then you have to go for the paragraph, right? Where are the bullet points? This one. You go to the home tab. You go to the paragraph. This is the place. This is the place that you have to set it to 2.5. Right? 2.5.
Oh, they have given it in inches.
Right. If the margins are in, the unit of measure is in inches, how to change it? You go to the files, go down to the options. Juliana, your window, the Word document, is it showing the rulers in inches or is it in centimeters? Is my question clear to you, Pute?
Centimeters.
All right, fine. So if that is not the unit of measure there, this is what Tina you ask, right? Click on options, right? Go to advanced. No. Okay. Scroll it down until you find display. Okay. Under that display, you can see show measurement in units of centimeters. This is the place that you have to change. Remember this. Okay. Right. I will come from the top. The page setup, it is 2.5 centimeters. That is, I go to the layout, you go to the margin and go to the custom. Okay. So you have to check over here. All the margins are set to 2.5 centimeters. Is it clear? Yes. Do not make any changes. Right. Therein after it says 3 paragraph styles have already been created. You can see in the home tab under the styles, right? 3 paragraph styles. One is X body, X table, X title. Remember, never click any of these things because you don't know where your cursor is, right? So without knowing where the cursor is, never click anything. You can see, right? If mistakenly click, so that part getting changed, okay? So save the document area with the file name exam guide. So you save the file, go to files, go to save as, right? And you browse it. Exam guide. And remember to change the file format, that is from rich text file format to Word document. Is it clear? Onel, you missed anything? Ah, okay, fine. Right. As usual, when I'm saving it, it gives a message, click OK. Got it?
Yeah.
Who wants a help? Everyone continuing? Repeat. You don't have the paper. Soft copy is not there with you? No, no. Why it is in the pen drive? No? Yeah? Juliana, are you continuing on this?
Yes, sir.
Right. If any place you get stuck, please tell me, right? Integrity. Integrity. What is the question?
Number 6.
Grid lines? Borders around the table.
Second word.
Who wants the pass it to the full set of files is there. Place in your evidence document a screenshot to show this file has been saved. Make sure there is a evidence of file types. Have you all done this properly? Have you all did this properly? Yes? Yeah. Almost 10.
Almost
Right. Okay. Make sure that when you are taking the screenshot, right? If you take the, yeah, Basna, I will finish it, right? With this, we'll finish, right? Make sure that if you take the screenshot like this, you are losing marks. Okay? You have to make sure it is properly aligned and file type is visible very clearly. Right? What else you have to do? When you are taking the screenshot, right? Snipping. Yeah, what you have to do? You have to make sure when you're taking the screenshot, the folder name from the top also included like this, right? You have to make sure that. Don't just take this area, right? You're losing marks. Then go to the evidence document and place it under this and save it. Done?
I can't add the thickness to my.
Adding the thickness to the border, right? Okay. This is right. Say for example, this is the table, right? So this is the table, right? Then you go for the right table design. Here you find the borders, right? Right. Before you go there, right? Before you draw here, you have to set the thickness here. this is the place you set the thickness. Got it? If you allow, okay, I can wind up the class now. Yes. But can you complete this and come? So we can save time. Right? So next day, what I will do is you complete it and come. I will do it here. You check whether what you have done is right. Any mistakes? Clear? Juliana, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Shamini, complete it. So I will do it here. So you can check whether what you have done is correct. So I will explain what things here and there, right? So you can come across with what you have experienced difficulties. So we'll streamline. We'll correct them. Okay, let's find the class from here. God bless you all.
God bless you, sir.
God bless you, Pute. Shamini, God bless. Bye.
Bye.